and we get to meet some amazing people here on Breakfast, don't we? One of the most inspiring people we have ever met was Laura Nuttall. Now, she died last month from a brain tumour, and tomorrow night her friends and family are going to be celebrating her life at a memorial service.
Just like Laura, who did so many incredible things after her diagnosis, the service will be quirky, unique and full of fun.
And one of the people who knew Laura the very best was her younger sister Gracie. We're going to speak to her in just a moment, but first she's been sharing memories of their special bond.
I can't believe that at the age of 19 I've been told to prepare to die. My name's Laura and I'm currently working through a bucket list that I never wanted to have. When I was diagnosed with a brain tumour last year, I had no idea that it could affect someone like me. To be told there are just no options can't seem to be right. The survival rate is one of the lowest among all of the cancers. I want that to change, even if it turns out to be too late for me.
She was an amazing sister. The first conversation anyone would ever have with me would always be, how is your sister? How's Laura? It's strange because you kind of forget that you are your own person. And I feel like now that's one of the harder things, like coming to terms with the fact that no one's ever really going to ask me that again. I think Laura changed the world in so many different ways, not just for her family and for her friends, but so many people know more about brain tumours and about the damage that they can do. Just because she's not here anymore, that's not a good enough reason to stop speaking about it. She was very, very kind.
And you just got the hang of the baby walker.
Was always doing things for other people.
Well, we've got the hang of making it go forwards, haven't you?
Rescuing bees and sponsoring children in Africa for years without any of us knowing. She was always the calculated one, the one who thought everything through and had a plan, had a life plan from being about 8 years old.
Well, Laura Nuttall is 7 pounds 14 ounces.
She was so fun, very, very wickedly dark sense of humour.
It's a beautiful face. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
I said, look, Ma, no hands.
Oh my God, you're gonna get all my money, aren't you? Shut up.
She was never scared of dying. She was just scared of unfilled potential. Was just kind of very much, okay, watch me. Give me this diagnosis and watch me beat it. Watch me do everything and more than what you're telling me I can.
The fact that she's managed this after literally the amount that she's been through, the amount of 6 AM wake-ups and just being so poorly, she's just... I'm so lucky to have her as a role model.
What she said.
I was 16 when Laura was diagnosed and she was 18. They initially came to us and said she's got 8 brain tumours. It felt like the world should have come crashing down, but it didn't. Laura just sat there and the first thing that she said was, she went, plot twist. And we were just like, what? We couldn't even believe it. Like, it didn't feel real, and it almost still doesn't.
Laura, where are we?
Grace. It begins with an S.
Yeah.
I want to say Stratford.
I know you do.
I want to say Stamford. I'm going to get there. Stafford.
No. Safford.
Oh, Salford.
Yeah! Well done!
Well done, Laura!
For every reoccurrence, they told us that this was going to be it. And not once did I believe that. All the bizarre things that we managed to fill that time with made her feel like it was worth it. Like, it gave the treatment a reason, it gave waking up a reason, it gave everything that came with all the horrible, horrible parts of diagnosis. It made it feel worth it because she was doing these amazing things that she probably wouldn't have done if she hadn't been diagnosed.
Right, get that one in.
That smile's doing though.
Yeah, because I'm here. Like, get this in, swallow first.
Her dying wasn't the scariest thing. The fact that she potentially could lose her mobility, her speech, and basically deteriorate in front of us was going to be the scariest thing. And I'd always hoped that it wouldn't get to that point. And that last month, everything that we'd hoped wouldn't happen happened.
Don't pull away, don't pull away.
It's no way for anybody to die, and this is why we need the funding for brain tumours and the research, and for people to be aware of it, because it's so horrific. People shouldn't have to go through this. Make her death count, make it help other people, and in a way that's what she's done by donating her brain. The last thing she ever did is to help people, and that explains it better than I ever could about who she was as a person.
The brilliant Laura Nuttall, and those clips, interviews, footage gathered by her sister Gracie, who joins us now on the sofa with their mum Nicola. Good morning to both of you. I love your T-shirts. Do you want to show us your T-shirts? Because it just says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. These are Laura's words in a letter that she wrote to Barrowford Primary School. She was asked to do their leavers letter, which is a great honour, and she finished it with that. And we are going to try and be more Laura. Be more Laura. Be kind, be brave, be silly, be honest. And we got a glimpse of all those things, I think, in the little film that we played that you gathered. I mean, just explain to people, why was it so important for you, Gracie, to chronicle, to film, to capture those moments over the last couple of years, difficult as it must have been?
I don't know, I think it's kind of, when there's nothing else that you can do, it's a way to kind of show other people how good it can be and how bad it can be, like all the happy memories that we made, and all obviously the treatments and everything like that. Yeah. And also partly for Laura, because when she was really poorly, she liked to sort of watch back all the amazing things that we've done, and it would give her a little bit of hope, and a bit, when she was kind of up and down quite a lot, it gave her something to look forward to. Yeah, it did. She liked to lie there in the bed when she was in hospital and things, going through those happy memories. Yeah. So it's good to have those to show her.
I think lots of people who might be watching this at home will feel a very strong sense for you, a kind of, you know, for what you've been through and how difficult it's been. But I know it's very important to both of you, isn't it, to be more Laura, be kind, be brave, be silly, be honest, and to celebrate her incredible achievements and try and think about that and focus on that very much at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And she has an incredible legacy, and it's our honour to really carry on with that, isn't it, really? So we will try and carry on with all the things that were important to her. Obviously, brain tumour research is massively important, but also community projects. She was involved in our local food bank, and she organised a big Christmas party that we did for children that were from refugee families or just disadvantaged families in our area. So we're going to set up a foundation to carry on that work for her, really. So it's all part of a big plan. We're going to keep her name alive for as long as we can.
Definitely.
Yeah. And as her sister, how important is that for you to be a part of that going forward?
It's everything, really. It's kind of the one way that we can sort of still feel like she's here, I think, and doing what she would want us to do. Like, she would want us to be here and to be talking about it. And I think it's trying to deal with the grief in that way and trying to make it almost proactive, I think.
Yeah, and she was the only time Laura ever got upset. She was never sorry for herself. She never cried about her own diagnosis. But when we lost somebody from the community, then she would cry, and then she'd be really angry. And she couldn't get over the fact that this is a cancer that kills more children and adults under 40 than any other and gets 2% of funding. It just didn't make any sense to her. So she was really angry about that. And we are going to keep that fire burning, really, because things do need to change, because we've lost too many people to this awful disease.
And that, I imagine, is one of the reasons why you are able to share what was some really very, very difficult moments in that film. I know you were here with us on the sofa and didn't want to look at them particularly closely, but how important is it that you do share those moments when it was really tough?
I think it is really important, because I think as a nation we are quite squeamish about death. We don't like to talk about it, we don't like to think about it, and yet it's the only thing that's guaranteed. And it's easy to share all the happy memories and all the bucket list things and all the glorious experiences that we've had, but we also need to balance that with the fact that she had a really awful disease that killed her, and it was painful, and it took away every element of her bit by bit, and it was really hard.
Oh, look, well, why don't we just take a moment here because...
I cry all the time,
okay.
it's fine, yeah. I can do it in a,
She's
emotionally in a sentence.
Emotionally incontinent, says Grace.
You're in the right place. Right.
But as well as you filming yourselves in the last couple of years, various other people around the world have been giving messages of support and filming themselves for Laura, haven't they?
Yeah.
Including, this is quite a get, the Hollywood actor Sandra Bullock. Let's just play the clip that she sent you.
Well, hi, Laura. My name is Sandy Bullock, and I have just spent the past day and a half looking at the extraordinary life that you have lived so far, brought shame upon my person because my accomplishments were way below yours. But what I've also been looking at is your family. You have an extraordinary, extraordinary family.
Wow. What did Laura make of that? What did you all make of that?
Well, Laura was a huge Sandra Bullock fan. Unfortunately, it was really quite close to the end that we received the message, but she did get to watch it probably 4 times. Oh. And I kept trying to catch her at different moments when she was more lucid. But yeah, she was thrilled with it. And Sandra says, oh yeah, I'd love to come over and have a pint with you. So I kept saying to Laura, come on, it'd be great, wouldn't it? We'll take it to the Pendle Inn, it'll be brilliant, we'll go for a pint.
Sandra Bullock in the Pendle Inn, I can see that happening.
She'd love that. It'd be quite something, wouldn't it?
It would be quite something. And I can see Laura loving that as well.
Yeah, she would very much love
watching,
that.
thinking that is hilarious.
Are the T-shirts going to appear at the memorial service you're planning tomorrow?
Yes, they are, absolutely. Yeah. Her words seemed to resonate with people when we shared the letter. People just thought that was a really good maxim to live by, and it's been shared in schools as far away as Singapore and Brazil, which is astonishing, and Laura would be amazed to think that, and that 10 million people saw the tweet announcing the fact that she died. I mean, that's what a legacy for someone at 23 to have touched so many lives. It's incredible.
Well, look, thank you both so much for coming in and chatting with us this morning and remembering and celebrating Laura. I hope the next couple of days it's going to be emotional, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's going to be difficult at times, emotional. But you are, as Sandra Bullock said, an extraordinary family and friendship group. And we'll keep in touch, right? We'll keep talking about this in the future. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.